Good morning. I'm reading my scripture right now, but yesterday I got a comment from somebody saying something about, why don't you just call him God like everybody else? You think you're so special. And I honestly deleted it because I said, I'm not going to have any negativity on this page when it comes to anything. And I deleted it. And then I regretted deleting it because I thought that could be a teaching moment in sharing why it is that I call God Yah. And I was actually able to go back to my email so I could screenshot the comment and share it on here. But I call God Yah because it says that is his name. And the scripture tells us many times to call the Lord, or it mentions calling the Lord by his name. And I look at this as you call a person by their name. You can go in a room full of women and say, I need you to call on that woman. But you could say, okay, I can call on that woman. If you can't touch her, if you can't get to her, you wouldn't just scream woman, because then everybody be looking at you like you're crazy, right? And so you would say to the person, okay, I need you to call on that woman. Well, the person would say naturally, well, what's her name? And they'll say Kim, Pam, Janice, whatever. And so I look at it just like that. If the scripture is saying to call on the Lord by name, and then Psalm 68:4 says to call on his name, and his name is Yah, I'm going to call him Yah, because that is very specific to who he is. The Bible actually says Jah, J-A-H. But this is in the Old Testament, which was written in the Hebrew, and J did not exist then. It was pronounced Y, and it was spelled Y. So that is why I call him Yah. And I think it's the highest form of respect and honor, because that is his name. And that is why I've done that. There are a lot of things in scripture that I don't know why we're supposed to do them. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I don't try to justify, well, he's saying to do this, so that's because of this and that. He has specific instructions for why he's done things. And I just work to obey those things and keep those commandments to the best that I can. And I ask that he gives me the ability to be able to do those things. He says in his word that his commandments, his statutes, his laws are not grievous. They are not something that we cannot do. So I just want to please him. I have such reverence for him. I have such respect for him. And out of that, like I said, I'm not trying to justify anything. I don't know why he does that, but the Bible also says to not lean on our own understanding. So we can't even begin to understand what the reasoning is why he has us to do the things that he says to do. I've seen the condition of the modern day church. People are hurting. People are struggling. People are poor. People are sick. And so there is something that's supposed to be happening that is not happening in the modern day church. And this is why it's so important for us to get in the scripture and study to show ourselves approved. We need to know these words. We need to study these words. We need to meditate on these words. We need to write them on the tables of our heart. I am not trying to be special. I know that I am set apart because scripture says so. If you're a holy people, you are a set apart people. And I don't want to be like this world. I don't desire to be like this world. And I don't think I'm better than anybody else. But I do know that there is a mission for my life. There is a purpose for my life. And that includes reading these scriptures, getting them in my heart. This is not like a show for me. This is not like, oh, I want people to think this and that about me. I don't care. I care what Yah thinks about me. And that's how I'm going to continue to live my life. You can come in these comments and say what you're going to say. I haven't told anybody how to live their life. I'm just sharing how I live mine in prayer and hopes that that encourages anybody who watches these videos to get into scripture, to seek God's face, to consider him in all things, that he's the first thought of the day and the last thought of the day, that they go with him throughout their day, that they just have a relationship with him and love him so deep that they don't question things that he's telling them to do. And that's it. Like, I needed to make this video because I know some people watch and say, you know, why is she saying Yah? Like, that was the first comment that I got like that. And like I said, I deleted it because I was like, I don't want this negativity here at all. But I thought that was also an opportunity to share why I call him Yah. And yeah, that's why. That's why. So prayerfully, you'll check out Psalm 68:4 and get understanding. That's all. That's all. I want people to want Yah's will for their life and to see better, to do better, to live in health, to live in wisdom, joy, peace, and to live life abundantly. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all I can do, at least. So, like I said, I always say, I love you deep, and I really mean that. And have a great day. I'm about to go for my walk. So I'm going to change my clothes and get out there walking, cold and all. And I will see y'all next time.